Wonder. At the end of my book on Letters to Lily, I quote a poem of my mother's called Petition for My Daughter, and the second verse begins, "Let her grow with great surprise, guard the wonder in her eyes, for a shining sea-washed stone, for leaves of satin, twigs of bone." I don't know whether my mother was aware that when she used surprise and wonder, she was paraphrasing the great economist Adam Smith in his book about how science proceeds. And he said that what you need for discoveries is wonder and surprise. And that's a phrase, and that verse and others have always drawn my attention to the importance of wonder. Wonder is used in English in many ways. I wonder how old you are. I wonder what the weather will do today, and so on, meaning I am speculating on. But I think the word here has a deeper meaning. It means a sense of surprise, mystery, and awe. You are shocked in some way, and that's what Adam Smith was getting at. You encounter something. It may be those things my mother mentioned, twigs and leaves and trees. It can be very, very small things. It can be large events. It can be meeting a special person. And in that moment, there is a kind of electric shock between you and whatever the object is, whereby you can't understand it. That's why there's an element of discovery, because it's distant from you, it's separate from you. There's just a sense of shock, but also a desire to try and come closer to it, to understand it, to admire it, to cherish it. And that leads, along with the surprise element, into discovery. It's a sense which we often associate with children. They seem to be full of wonder. You take them for a walk and they keep stopping and looking at things in a surprised and wonder-filled way and picking up things. They take normal elements out of your house and garden and make you look at them again, because they look at them freshly for the first time and don't entirely understand them. For example, Lily herself, when she came back from Australia at the age of, one of the early times she came, just a little girl, walking through our wood and looking at the buttercups which filled the forest floor, and she was filled with wonder. We showed her how you could put a buttercup under your chin and it reflected, and that meant you liked butter. It's a sense which we associate with children, but we also somehow feel we lose through our age as we grow up. We can't become blasé, we become used to things. And part of the art of life is stripping away that sense of, oh, well, it's just the same old, to try and get again that first freshness. The way I tend to do it is by constantly moving my gaze. If you stare at something for a long time, you stop seeing it. So by that I mean I go to different places, I meet different people, I read as many different books as I can, I listen to different kinds of music. And as you extend and change, the sense of wonder suddenly comes back again, particularly moving from place to place. The wonder of exploring China or Japan or the Himalayas, for example, is enormously refreshing. But you can have the sense of wonder anywhere, as long as you realize how important it is. Every time I walk around my garden, and I must have walked around it hundreds of thousands of times, I have a sense of wonder at very small objects, little flowers, little insects, And that, I think, is enormously refreshing and keeps our lives from becoming stale.